Good morning everyone, and welcome back to The Legend of Zelda: A Link Between Worlds. You might be wondering, well, why would it give you the option to return from dungeon, to the dungeon instead? Because in later dungeons, you won't necessarily need as many items, or some specific ones, and you'll be able to continue the boss fight at least, or part of the dungeon you were stuck on, without requiring to head back to Ravio and get the next set of items between either, because it didn't take our Pegasus boots or our lantern or even our bug net. It only took back Ravio's items. So be sure to time that well, otherwise you will fall through the gap twice. I did not go and acquire a fairy, and I'm probably going to regret that. Because you saw, this guy does have a chance of just repeatedly pushing you off and giving you no chance to do anything. Okay, back to full health, back against this boss. We've already seen it once. What's it gonna do? Okay, we can fight this first part of it. And I'm going to be very focused on trying to take out this boss before it can push me to my death. Which is a surprisingly complex thing for it to do right now. Okay, we managed to get it before it even got a chance to hurt us for this first 2 rounds. All that's left is the last round, and it's where it becomes way more difficult because it's got 4 layers we need to knock out as opposed to the 2 we just did. We can't quite make the height to get on him from the 4 extra, and if we could, his eye is hidden. Also, really game, already with the... Here, we're just gonna keep pushing you until you're dead. Which is the only way this guy can hurt you, so I guess I shouldn't be too surprised if they use that as his method. Because if you get caught in the wrong way, he's constantly shoving you with air, and there's not much you can do to fight him. That's our 3rd fall, or 2nd fall. But see, in that situation, I didn't actually have anything I could do to stop him. Because he'd push me, and then the second he's done pushing me, he's pushed me again. So, it made continuing on a little difficult. Fortunately, if you fall while you're still in the animation of falling, you're good, he's not gonna kill you, but it was pretty unfortunate last time that I wound up in his sprite when he was coming through on the way down, and he's just like, oh, okay, push, 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 dead. Push, 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 dead. And I took multiple damages there. Fortunately, we have our 5th heart. It's going to be a little easier for us to handle the next boss as a result. And also with our heart that we get, we can pick up this item, which is the Pendant of Wisdom, I believe, is this one, because it doesn't look like power to me. Pendant of Wisdom, keep your mind sharp. I mean, besides the fact that we died in there, I think we were pretty sharp in this dungeon. And we have another Zora sitting here. Nice weather today. So I swam here with the Queen, but she swims so fast I got left behind. I'm hurt, to be honest. The Queen left me behind. I feel abandoned. So... from that sounds like the Queen is down in this area. However, look as we'd like, we're not going to find her. But what we are going to find, we saw this earlier, but we couldn't get to it. Because we couldn't still swim. Right there on that plateau, there is an item for us. And I say plateau, which is definitely not the right word. It's another bottle. We got a letter in a bottle. Mountain, doing some bouldering, lost my grip, fell, sort of hurt myself. So, stuck in the mountain past the Tower of Hera and could go for some premium milk. So, let's head to Kakariko. We know there's a milk bar there, and we are headed up to the Tower of Hera. Let's go. And since something important happened, this guy's really going to want me to save. But the milk bar, you can see on our map, is right down here. But we are still missing our hammer, so we're going to have to remember to bring that as well. We got some premium milk. It looks delicious. Alright, so with the premium milk, we know we can just head over to the east of the Tower of Hera. But first, okay, always just click it. If you're using up and down, apparently it goes randomly. And my house was the last one it could have been, so of course. We want to pick up our hammer, and we can head up towards the Tower of Hera. Today's special is the hammer. I think he's going to have on special whatever one you need for one of the dungeons you're doing next. And I say one because if you're doing like 4 or 5 dungeons, he's not going to have all of them on hand. Okay. So, let's fly up. It's a good thing we tagged this earlier. It's going to save us a lot of trouble to get it. And we know he's up here past the Tower of Hera. Well, I guess we need the what's it called? Grappling hook. Can we use this milk as a healing item? I want to check, but if it can be used as a healing item, then I've used it already. So we'll continue on. So the gimmick to this dungeon is those switches. If you've hit them down, they will jump back up and launch you. In whatever direction happens to be needed. So, since we only have these 2 items, I don't think we're going to actually get an easy chance to continue on here. If I had more, maybe, but I doubt it. We'll head up. Looks like we're going to want to follow the wall along to go to this side. And normally I'd come in with bombs, and it does make some things a lot easier. Such as the fact that you are able to hit those switches from much more random areas. And get more things. So the Tower of Hera seems to only be this one room. With lots of these bumpers, which I've never been good at taking out. But we just keep hitting these guys and they'll keep bringing us up floors. So you can already see right there for us. Now if you stand on it, you can actually just raise up with it and get the item. Which is perfect because there's a few things you can still need. However, we can see there's a door over here, which means there's an exit somewhere near here. Isn't there? I guess it's an external one. Now there are a few Moldorms for us to kill. Or mini Moldorms, I guess. And that will help us unlock more things. But heading outside of here... Yeah. Oh. This is where it is. So we can ride this all the way around if we feel like it. And we gotta be careful for the birds, which are almost as annoying as the bats are. But at least we've killed birds before. And this pillar, which we can just kind of walk around. Hey look, it's where we're headed next. Good. As long as you can catch the side of this block, it'll bring us up, and we can hop off. And continue on with where we need to go. This guy has amazing reflexes. He wasn't even facing us, knew exactly when we were about to attack. It's quite an impressive feat. But, heading up to the next floor, we can get a blue rupee, as useful as that is. Not very, but it also gives us access to out here, which is the same puzzle we just did. So, we stand and we will be going for quite a nice relaxing trip. With Spike Tops attacking us. But we still do have our shield, not that I want to really do anything with that. Shield helps, doesn't work as well as I'd like, but it helps. We can head up, we are on the 6th floor now. Unfortunately, we did not get any of those rupees. Not too important with those, like 6 of them. But here's 5 of those skull guys. Which, fortunately, we have the tornado rod still. As nice as the hammer, because I think it's a one-hit to them, it's still better to tornado rod instead because, well, it's a much stronger attack. Or I guess it's a stun compared to anything else. Alright, we'll take the trip up. Brings us to the next floor again. And if we hammer right here, we actually break through the floor. And this is the only place it's really going to teach you safely. So we'll head up again. And hammer the floor again. Back up. And we can see there's a treasure chest north of us. So if there's a place to hammer the floor out, we should hammer the floor out north of us. We get the monster guts. Now we only cracked open 1/4 of the floor. So what happens if we come in? Okay, it seems like it doesn't care. As long as you came in from there, you're good. Grab our key, and all that's left is go back up to the sky. To floor 7, which, by the way, this dungeon is huge. It already has 10 floors that we can see. The boss is on floor 13, lucky number 13. Alright. Next puzzle. You hit this at the right time to launch you. Fortunately, it wasn't too difficult. We didn't get that item down there, and I may regret that if it turns out to be a key, but I doubt it. Just throwing up our shield, and this block will start being able to raise again. But if we drop down here, this is the only dungeon that I remember in the beginning, that's going to give us a fairy. Meaning, it does have at least an easy way to heal you up midway. Stepping on this platform will teleport you back up to floor 9. And we're on floor 10 finally. We've got 3 more floors to go. Come on, one more. There we go. Alright, now that that one's lowered, we can go up to floor 11. Which has our final boss key. And the exit door. So they decided that the safest place they can keep the big key that locks out the big boss is across the road from... Oh no. Yeah, see, if you timed that wrong, you will get launched and not be able to make it. I barely made it there. As you can see, it's really close for where the healing up point is. So we don't want to die against this next boss just for the fact of it's going to take a while to get back to them if we do. Gets us up. This is the arena we are fighting in. Well, more accurately, this is the arena we're fighting in. We are up against... I think it's going to tell us his name. But that'll be for next time. Thank you guys for watching The Legend of Zelda: A Link Between Worlds. In the next time, we're going to take on this boss and story progress. See you guys then.